What's up?
What's up? That was so good, man.
I love it. I sing that all the time.
Oh, you know the lyrics already.
And no. I sing the exit one too.
Yeah, okay. Just a second.
So,
I need to do something
got
funny with my background.
I think we got Marcus coming here. Zamboni is audio only. I think we got Marcus coming here to tell us about bees today. It's been huge freaking weeks for a lot of us. I don't know if life sped up for you guys. Whoa, that's a cool background, Finbear.
Yeah, just found it when the music was playing.
Nice.
I
So
thought that this goes well with the bees and stuff.
something I found while the intro was playing was the map. I don't know if everyone's noticed, but I've put little green boxes around intentional communities that are inviting people. This one that I have down here in Texas, that relates to Michael Morningstar. Up here is Empty Plain over at Wheaton Labs, and then Morton Hake over at Zanzibar.
Yeah.
And then Morton's planning on he's inviting everybody down to Zanzibar in 2023. I think in January he'll be down there. And then over in Oklahoma, Guthrie, Oklahoma, Turin is inviting everybody in 2 weeks. And by everybody, I mean a small group of people. But something that's been happening in my area is Hex is the Way told me that he wants to come down and meet me in my downtown environment, which I typically do a Taco Tuesday in the evening. And I've taken it upon myself, like, hey, let's have a huge thing. Let's have a huge Hexican party. I'm gonna.
Oh man, you guys have all the good stuff over there.
I've been talking to DJs, bands. I've been searching Amazon for all the equipment to back up the equipment that I already have. I've got 3 sets of live stream equipment, tons of cameras. I'm getting a computer built specifically to go inside this space and live stream out to the world. So we're going to use this as home base and then just walk around the rest of the square. I've got 2 of these feather flags where it's the pole and then hanging off to one side, a banner.
Yeah.
I've got 2 of those guys coming, and I'm going to put them up on the courthouse lawn, which is just going to be a half a block away. And so I'm like, I'm
You're
so
going,
excited.
dude's
And
going balls out, man.
yeah, this is my first time to throw a party, and I'm not a planner of those sorts of things. So um, I've got a reason to wake up on time every day.
Yeah. Well, now that you spoke about it in public, we're gonna find that there's a lot of people who are really good at designing parties. I'm sure you're gonna have people who want to help you
Please,
have a
please,
great party over there.
please, please. So what else do we have going on? Oh, I set up 30 HSI stakes last night for $100 each. And then so it ended up being about $107 each. And
Yeah,
because I guess the price of Hex went up. And then it took about 369. One of the gas fees was 369, all the way up to like $6 each one of them. But
yeah,
they don't go. They aren't activated until we reach the day turnover today.
yeah.
So they're not like they're registered in my wallet. They're registered on or it shows up on Stake Hex today, but I'm not going to pass them out until they activate. And it's funny, Finbear, you and we chose the same year because we
Did
couldn't
we?
see the results.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Great
can't see
minds
the
think alike,
results
I guess. Huh?
until you apply it. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was like
Did
I
you
don't want
see?
to do it really soon,
D-Rush
but I
took
want
the
to do it
last
pretty
one.
soon.
Yeah, D-Rush took the last one. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna take the one 15 years from now. I'll be flying with my golden helicopter everywhere.
Zamboni in
I
the
think I put like 2027 or something as like a option for me.
yeah,
I
it
think
was.
or 25.
You gave a few years for it to mature, you know, and that's what I was thinking too. And the reason why I did only the odd numbers was because I only had so many slots.
Is it because of the Schmiede?
You
Did you
know,
Schmiede yourself when you did it?
um, there's what's that 7 years forgiveness?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, some Jewish bank magic.
Well,
I,
7 years wouldn't be 29, right? I wonder who
it
grabs
would,
that one.
yeah, yeah. Oh man, I Schmieded myself. Don't tell Big Pep. He's gonna never forget it if he hears about this.
How many open Jews do we have in the Hex community?
How many what?
Open Jews? I mean, like showing that they're
Openly
Jewish
Jewish?
openly.
I don't know,
Hmm.
but that's like a cultural thing as well as a religious. So I don't know how open. Like, am I openly Finnish? That's like similar.
So,
I think
all,
Boner, Papa Boner is a Jew. I think.
He is Jewish.
oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
this last week, a lot of the people from PulseCon were coming back, and they were coming back with sore throats. They had been using too much of their mouths. And
maybe like the air conditioning and stuff. Like you get sore throats quite easy.
if you don't have a room in a good spot, you could get a lot of molds, maybe.
And the
Oh,
AC probably dries you out too.
yeah, yeah.
So I saw a lot of people had
Marcavelli is a closeted Tartarian. Oh man, you are funny.
a lot of people needed assistance in hydrating. I saw them hooked up to IVs or they were getting oxygen,
What? Hexagons?
hexicans, and it's made
Where?
available
In Vegas? Was
in
it
the
that hot?
lobbies of the Vegas places.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the golf tournament really got them in the beginning.
So it was so hot. That's horrible, man.
Whenever I go there, it's really hard to rehydrate yourself. So I walk to the CVS every day in order to grab a few bottles of water. They don't
Hot
freely give them
to
out. Like they want you to drink alcohol and they want you to get dehydrated and make bad mistakes. So you need to
That's
take the little packets of
amazing.
rehydration um, dry
Powder.
powders
Yeah,
and
mix it with. I had
your
powdered
drink.
water. I don't know what to put in it, man.
I guess the best thing is just to ask for ice.
Yeah, a bucket of ice. Do you think it might have something to do with the reservoir running dry as well? Well, of course, they don't fill water bottles from the reservoir. They come from somewhere else, like Norway or something. But they're really running low on water over there in Vegas, like
I
really
went
low.
I went, 2 years ago, and it was the same story. I just assume um, that they just don't hold that high.
No, but dude, I've been watching videos about guys who have been streaming and making videos on that artificial lake for years, and they're absolutely horrified. They're like, I've never seen it this low. Like the freaking the shoreline has come in like hundreds of meters. Like it's drying up. Like it hasn't. Like the stuff that's coming up is like they just found like a barge from the Second World War that somebody had brought there and sunk it there, and like, yeah, that's a big mistake, man.
Well, we're waiting for Marcus. Marcus has got some sort of a bee presentation for us. He's going to cover his entire year of bees and what it
This
took
is
to
gonna
do
be
the thing.
this is gonna be
Um,
so interesting. I'm gonna pick his brain.
I don't know how much yield he's gotten off the bees, but I think he's been pretty successful. I know that he's going to talk about uh, what is it, appropriate treatments to make sure that the mites
Yeah,
don't get in there and out of control. I think he said that they always have mites. It's just whether it takes hold and overwhelms the.
yeah, it's like it has to do with the hygiene of the hive. So you might have hives that are very hygienic, where you like you take like a cup full of bees and you maybe find one mite on any of the bees, but then is there a duck somewhere? Ducks are free, guys. You know that. You get them from the park.
Well, I don't know about you, but I get hives all the time, and it's not very hygienic. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm still laughing at fin bears. You get ducks from the park.
Yeah. One of my favorite memes is this one where the girlfriend is like the guy's drying his hair in front of the mirror after a shower, and the jealous girlfriend is going through his like phone, like Google search results or something. How much do ducks cost? Where can I find ducks? Are ducks free? Like the dude's not looking at other women; he's just getting the free ducks from every park.
Zamboni, what's been happening in your
Texas
life?
dust mite.
I actually just got transferred to another department where I'm working. I work at a utility as an engineer. I just got. I'm in like an engineering development program, and every couple of years I move to another department to get like a different experience. So I'm moving to another department, so it's pretty interesting.
You should go to that one town where they don't have any water anymore. I forget the name,
Jackson,
but
Missouri or
I
Mississippi?
yeah, yeah. You should go and apply for the
Looks
waterworks over there. It sounds
looks like
like they
mud
need
coming out
your
of the
help
tap.
over there. Yeah, it was like shit and water coming out of the tap,
Dang.
and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna need like $1 billion to fix this."
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
some
my
dudes from the army came over, and it took them like half a day to get fucking water back in the tap. So, I guess
Interesting.
we didn't get the $1 billion.
yeah, my background in civil engineering is actually with water resources, and like
See,
watershed development and stuff like that. But
you're already overqualified, but wrong color. Like that's unfortunate. They won't hire
yeah,
you. But
yeah.
is that
But
like a
where I'm working,
beeswax candle, Davin? Is that a
Oh
bees? Is that a candle made of
no,
beeswax?
no, they're the cheapest ones. Some Amazon purchase.
So it's made of earwax? I'm sorry.
Buffalo earwax, maybe.
I had such a crappy day yesterday. I almost came into Hex Foodies complaining again, I'm going to be late. I don't think I can make it. And then I was like, oh, it's Monday. I don't even have to type this yet.
So, do you
So,
want to
yeah,
complain?
pardon
Do you
me.
want to share it with us? Do you wanna
Nah,
tell us?
that's fine. That's nothing that I don't have to bother like everybody else with it. Like, it was a stupid company.
All right. So my dad's just sent me a text message saying that the energy bill on a place that we don't even use energy doubled, and he wants me to investigate it. It's because the city is fucking us over. That's what's happening. Like my energy bill in this small square foot house doubled as well, like just
Oh, yeah.
within the last month. So I don't
Yeah.
know what people are paying attention to, but it's pretty freaking obvious. So the first thing I'm going to do is just say, okay, well, how much energy was used and how much energy was used last month, and see the difference between the two. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Our electricity bills have gone up tenfold in the past 6 months. Not kidding. Tenfold, yeah. So companies, like small companies, employ less than 10 people. They make kitchens, all sorts of like one-off furniture, stuff like that. They used to spend like $2.5 grand a month on electricity. Now it's like 15 grand, going up every month. So there's a lot of small to medium-sized businesses that are going out of business in a hurry. Like if you don't hurry and shut down your lights, you're not gonna have a pot to piss in once you close up shop. It's all gonna go into the same bankruptcy sale, and you're not gonna get anything. So they're running this shit to the ground on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got lucky. I managed to lock us in on a 3-year contract with a fixed rate. I did it already like Aprilish, March, April, something like that. So we're good for the next 3 years. I'm hoping that Pulse Chain is gonna come out in 3 years, and after that, I don't give a fuck about the electricity bill.
Yeah, I've been ignoring the electricity bill and just focusing on what makes money. And that's
Yeah,
me paying
yeah.
attention to this community.
That's true. You've been working really hard with the Hex postcard stuff. I've been watching it in awe.
I've been having a lot of fun.
Yeah. You've not been on the Omegle stuff. that much anymore, like in the past week or so, or have I just missed the streams?
I haven't been focusing on that as much.
Yeah,
I've either been
like
communicating with community members or doing videos that meet what it is that we want to relay to other people. And I don't have very many views on those, so I would appreciate people sharing my view or my hex postcards videos. One of them talks about going into the zip codes and selecting specific routes that you know where rich people are, so that we can limit the waste, be more efficient with exactly who we send it to. And so it's really fun to where if you know a region, if you grew up in an area, uh, I would like to have you either come on a live stream or just have a conversation with me to break this down, or I'd ask you to do it yourself. And then we could add that to the list of what we could send, like what we could target. So imagine, you targeting your neighbors, and then you would have a reason to go up to your neighbors and talk to them about the postcard that they got in their mail. I think it's I think it's a stellar situation. We're also brainstorming towards like, okay, well, how could we or another organization, because we're dealing with postcards in the USA, how could other countries set up postcards in their country based on their postal situations, um, you
yeah,
know, postal codes and then postal services.
yeah,
But uh, we're also thinking about like, okay, well, word of mouth, like how can we set people up for success? Like Abit hands out business cards, and he also has a QR tracker in order to figure out like how successful these things are. So what about, just like I'm a dolphin and I'm openly a dolphin. What about those little
what are your
feather?
pronouns?
So there's a pole and a banner, and you can stick that thing in the ground or you can have a stand on it. And I'm getting two of these for my party October 15th. And if you're in the Central Texas area, October 15th this year, all day we're going to party in the downtown Georgetown area. So I'm getting two of these for this thing to stick in the courthouse lawn, but we could equip hexagons with these things or banners or postcards themselves. Bulk deliver them to the house of the address of the hexagon, to where they could go out to like maybe tailgates. It is football season right now, and people go gaga over football. Um, and so if you were on the ground in the tailgate area, this huge parking lot where everybody's getting sloshed, hopefully, the people will still act even though they're getting sloshed, in the call to action of some sort. But whatever it is that you hexicans are able to do to get the word out, you might be able to find a sponsor amongst your community. You just have to prove yourself. And this is something that I've got kind of a grudge with a guy on Twitter that goes by the name Hex Postcards India, because Hex Postcards India hasn't done enough to prove to us that he's worthy of funds going his direction and him marketing on the streets there in India. So I'm trying
Mm.
to get him to show us on Twitter, you know, like what I've been doing with magnets. All of a sudden, I realized that um, those those Jeeps. There's something special about the Jeeps. They have this culture where if you leave a rubber ducky, or they flirt with each other by leaving rubber duckies on each other's cars. Well, I took a rubber ducky, put it inside of a Jeep, put it on a magnet, told them about Hex, put the QR code on the magnet as well, and I go and try to place it on Jeeps, and then I record myself with the magnet in case it's the first time you ever seen my video, going up to the door handle and placing it right there above the door handle so they'll see it. And it says like you have been ducked by a Hexagon, earning 38% APY.
Oh yeah, I've seen the magnets. They're really cool.
Thanks, man.
So have you? So you have a method where you can
So
sort of
just show
see
off.
the effectiveness. Does it show any?
I
Do you
don't
have a
yet.
special link for them or anything like that
I do not
on the
yet.
sticker? Yeah,
But Abit
that
has brought it to
sounds
our attention.
still sounds funny. Sounds like a good like.
With the postcards, Abit has added it to our QR code to his tracking situation, like what service that he pays for, and so it tells us where, like, what cities people are scanning our cards after we send them, and then also one of the guys in the postcard group set up an unlisted video that is a trailer to the documentary that's coming out. So that unlisted video, gets a few watches whenever we send
Yeah,
out the postcards. But
so there's somebody who's always like checking it out.
yeah, but what I want to encourage Hexicans to do is to help us be more efficient with sending out the postcards. And so if you're from a certain area and you know a certain area really well, each zip code is uh, divided into 100 or more routes. So we can actually, I lie, actually, 20 or more routes. So we can actually select and specific places and get more efficient with our dollar
Yeah, so you can
instead of just spending.
pin it down even within like a certain zip code. You can go and even smaller. Just these two streets on this
Yes,
zip code. That's so
yes.
cool, man.
So
Hey,
for an example,
Hexonair is asking, why must we make rich people more rich? And that's the thing is, Hexonair, I kind of see your point there, but imagine all the tokens that have been made to bank the unbanked. And the reason why that's a bad idea is those unbanked fuckers have no money. So we need to approach the people who have the money, because that's if they just move in like 0.5% of their net worth into this system, it pumps our bags way more than sending a postcard to a million broke ass dudes wherever. And once that picks up speed, people hear about it, then it makes more sense to bring in folks who have less in terms of money. But I still understand like where you're coming from with this. I get it, but still that makes more sense. We're not made of money ourselves, so it's logical that you want to approach the people who have the means to get into something like this quite easy.
yeah, we're looking for Insta Dolphins and Insta Sharks. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
and it's so that the price will bump and we can get in front of more eyes and cause a frenzy. And those people who are assholes are going to mismanage their hex. So don't you worry.
Yeah, yeah. They'll shake themselves out anyways. But
So we
there's good guys who have a lot of money as well. So not everybody who's rich is necessarily like an evil person. So like yeah, let's see where this takes us. I think it's gonna be cool.
we've got Jay Soul in the chat. Welcome, Jay Soul. I'm used to him over at Twitter Spaces.
Oh yeah, and I've seen J Soul all over, man. Hello.
And of course, welcome to all the usuals.
How could he help? Well, you could join the Hex Postcards Telegram chat if you're not already in there, and see what it is that everybody's doing over there.
You could also speak about hexpostcards.com in Twitter Spaces. You could go to YouTube and search Hex Futures, which is my other YouTube name, and or one of the three, I guess. And there, I've got a playlist for the Hex postcard stuff, so you could watch all those videos and get edumacated.
That
So that,
education is important.
and then another thing that you could do for me personally is talk about my party here in downtown Georgetown, Texas, where I'm opening up my family commercial space and using that as a home base, and gonna live stream out of it probably on Hex Futures, and that'll be October 15th from noon on into the evening. And I'm planning on spending a little bit of money for this. So everybody, let me know what your favorite drink is. I'll make sure to have it.
Oh, I can tell you my favorite drink
Alrighty.
is a Lapland coffee. You take like a 10-cent coin, you put it in the bottom of a coffee cup, you pour coffee enough so that you don't see the coin. Then you take vodka, you pour vodka enough that you start to see the coin again. Then you add sugar and your drink is done.
Okay,
You
what do
can
you call
take
it again?
you can take the coin out from the cup before you chuck it down. But yeah, that's like a
What
Laplandish coffee.
what kind of coin?
Whatever coin, just as long as you see it first, you pour coffee, you don't see it anymore, then you start pouring in vodka until you see the coin again.
Cool, cool.
So it doesn't matter if you have a big cup or a small cup. It's
Don't say
awesome
that.
every time.
Yeah, I really like liquor with coffee. Mud
Yeah,
Lounge stuff.
yeah. I don't drink too much, but I'm kind of a gin guy myself.
How often do you drink? You.
Very rarely. I was drunk as a doornail. The I was on some stream last. I think it was Friday. Cabana was streaming. I was fucking hammered, and I didn't even drink that much. I had like maybe 2 gin and tonics and maybe a couple of beers or something. And you can, yeah, pee is sterile. You can drink it from the get go, Hexanair. Just chuck it down. That's everybody knows that, man. The dude on TV, he does it all the time. What's his name? The freaking Survivor guy.
So if you haven't seen the last episode, we talked to Morton and we brought up some really good ideas, don't you think? Like
I think we did, but I think we ruined Morten's idea. So I think we fucked him up.
I
He's got so many
now
questions now. I put in like, I don't know if you checked the list of videos that I shared, but that's like
no
30 hours
PDC
of
permaculture
yeah.
design course.
That's like almost entire course. There's a couple of lessons that are missing. A few hours. At the time, it felt like so boring to me that I didn't want to save it on my Mega account. But I think I have it on my. I got this hard drive thing. I still have it there. So if somebody absolutely definitely wants to have the missing 2 or 3 parts of the series, just hit me up on Hex Foodies and I'll hook you up.
Yeah, everyone, there is a permaculture design course in video format, provided by Finbear. So get in touch with him.
Shut up, man! I don't want
Okay,
to be the guy, but join Hex Foodies. There's a
so
lot of good info over there.
you got to have a permaculture design course at some point, so
Oh yeah,
that the systems start to be recognized by your eye.
yeah. And a lot of stuff start to make so much more sense once you go through the course, and you get such a good amount of information on a broad spectrum of interesting things. Like there's and Bill Mollison, man, he goes off on these like these like he goes off topic for a good half an hour if there's something good that he wants to talk about. Oh man, that's so good. Nobody DM me. Come on, Jay Soul. Yeah, Bear Grylls, he's the regular pea drinker. I'm not saying you have to, but I'm just saying you could. You don't need to. Of course, if you mix vodka in it, that would make it more drinkable. I do agree with Hexanair on that.
So I can't recommend enough to be able to like watch one video or half a video a night and be done with it, you know, over a course of time. Like treat it like a college course going back to school.
I
I
have to,
guarantee you'll learn
yeah, I
something.
have to
I learn
give
every
I have to give a warning when you start watching it. You're gonna spend 20 hours like you're gonna start watching like Davin said. You okay? I'm just gonna watch half of this now, and I'll go and do the thing, and then I'll watch maybe something later. But what's gonna happen is you're gonna sit on your chair and you're gonna go through like 5 classes in one go. That's the stuff is so interesting. I can't stop if I start watching them. I'll 2x fast forward the entire series if I start watching it. From where I am, I'll always have to watch all of it. So, like a permaculture divorce is not an uncommon thing. People get so excited about permaculture once they get all the information.
Mhm.
So be careful. You're gonna watch all of it. It's gonna rock your world.
I learn something every time I dive into those sorts of materials.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then you'll want to apply something. Maybe you'll want to focus on one chapter over another chapter, but I do need to tell you, recognize the principles in the beginning, permaculture principles.
I can't believe it. This is the first autumn that we're going into winter that I have 4 hugel mounts on my yard. I'm like,
That's amazing, dude.
unfucking, but that's amazing, man. I can't wait for the spring. It's been so I've been pretty lazy this summer anyway, so I haven't done the freaking greenhouse. Like the frame is ready. I didn't put the plastics on because like didn't get around to it. I'm missing some tools and stuff, so I'm gonna have to put the. It's hard. It's like 8 millimeter thick. It has like a cell between the top and bottom layer on in the plastic. So I'm gonna put them in the storage, and I'm gonna put it up in the spring. But what I'm gonna do before we get first snow is I'm gonna build the the garden ready. So I'm gonna make my garden beds ready, and I'm gonna put the pathways like do, do the wood chip pathways and stuff, and then I'm gonna rake all the leaves and stuff and put it on top of the beds, and I'm gonna cover it with a tarp and leave it waiting for spring. So
All
next
right.
spring should be pretty cool. We should get like a flying start,
I want
running
you
start. I think it is. Sorry.
I want you to go off onto the road or go to your neighbor's property and turn back around and take a picture on the other side of those hugel mounds so that we can have an understanding of like how those hugel mounds limit the view of your neighbors on the things
Oh,
that
for sure. Yeah.
they could be a witness of and have opinions of,
They
because
can't
like
see fuck all once it grows up. Like it covers the entire backside of my yard. So once the apple trees, the cherry trees, all the honeyberry bushes, once they grow up to be like, say, 3 to 5 years from now, you're not gonna see shit when you walk past the yard. You're just gonna see apple tree, cherry tree, apple tree, cherry tree, hugel mound full of all sorts of bushy stuff in front, and then like all edible stuff on top, and to the sort of our yard side of the mound is gonna be food. This, but nobody's gonna see it because it's gonna be on the other side of the mound. But the side facing sort of the facing public, I think I'm gonna plant some flowers and stuff and make it look nice.
Yeah, that would be lovely. And the reason why I say that, everybody, is because once it is that you analyze the soils and the weather that you want to experience and buy property inside of, then you have to deal with fucking neighbors. And typically the neighbors are the ones that make things fall apart. If it is that you're not from the area,
that's why
you're
it's
buying
always
it
a good idea to. It's always a good idea to have like an embankment between your property and the road. Or like the first thing that you should do is build something that blocks the view from everybody. Nobody can see what's going on. That's then they can't complain about everything.
Keltax is reminding me that after this, we're going to talk about the HSIs. We don't want it to be recorded and publicized. I'm
Because
what
of
I've
reasons.
Yeah. So what I've done
Yes.
is last night, in my time last night, I made 30 $100 HSI stakes. That means a hex stake instance inside of Hedron. And so Hedron has allowed us to create these hex stakes and treat them as NFTs. So now they're encapsulated. We can send them to another wallet. You can move it around from wallet to wallet. So what I'm asking everybody to do is to go into the Telegram chat, t.me/hexfoodies. If I recognize your name, then cool, your application is in. If I don't recognize your name and you're coming to us just for this handout, it ain't gonna happen, and I'm gonna ask Finbear if he knows you as well. So that's been said. But I created an HSI stake to come out every spring and fall for the next 15 years. And what I'm asking everybody to do is to go into the Hex Foodies chat and tell us which we had somebody join just right now. Hexonair. Oh,
Oh, he
Hexonair. Okay.
joined. Oh, Hexonair. Awesome.
OG 1960. So go on there and find the poll that I've already created and select a year or about the area that you're interested in being our treasurer. And so you'll have a wallet that you tell me the address of. I will send you the HSIs, both spring and fall, for that year. So it's only $200 worth of hex right now. And the idea is that once we approach that time period, you will be the custodian of getting the funds to the project that we decide on as a group. And if it is that you fuck us over, so be it. We know that you're a mole in our community, and we will shame you and kick you out
forever.
But I think this is a great way to get community participation, to let you guys know how much trust there is amongst us.
That sounds freaking awesome. There is like I can't believe that we don't have more people taking part in our streams. I think we're the only ones that are like, well, besides of course like what the guys are building with the trusts and stuff. But this is like another way of doing like this is like real world touching stuff.
So do you think we should communicate on Telegram in the little voice chat of Telegram, or do you think that we should have like on stream have this or I mean not on stream, but in the back room
Yeah,
have
we could
this.
have it in the green room. That way we
Okay.
could do it like everybody can join, but it's not going to be recorded. And
So
still, it's a bit more private than what it would be if we were on Telegram, where anybody can join and listen to us plot and
oh,
scheme.
good point. Good point. Okay, so Keltex, make sure that you use the invite link, which is the StreamYard link, and anybody else who wants to join. Keltex had tons of questions for me yesterday. I kind of pushed them off until today so that we could have it all together.
Red Squirrel is messing with me.
Is he talking about even
Yeah, he's
ladies can be the
calling us
custodians or what?
ladies, man. You asshole.
I still remember when Siren, Inviting Freedom, and Sequoia and SJ all came on, and uh, Siren said, "Congratulations, you've got the most hex women on
On
stream
stream.
together."
Yeah. Oh
That was
man,
fun.
that's so cool. So you weren't in Vegas, were you?
No, I went to 2 of the hex meetups in Vegas, and then I just decided at that second one, because I had brought a friend who didn't really attend the hex stuff. Instead, he had a buddy who had moved there and got to know the place and like took him on fun excursions outside of the city and stuff. And so like I it was a coupled with me paying for my friend to be there and him not paying attention to any of the hex stuff, plus me not, I mean, I talked about it earlier, like the hydration, the issue
Mm,
of taking care of your body in that cement dry environment with, like the best place is inside the casino where you're, well, actually
yeah,
the best place is at the expensive food restaurants because they have wonderful food, but in between it's hard to take care of yourself. So I'd rather not be in Vegas and participate with Vegas.
yeah.
And
I've
it's not
never
that I
been.
like lost money or anything like that. The first time I ever went was because of Maddie Allen's first meetup.
Yeah, and from what I've heard, that's been the best one.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah, because there was not that much like in terms of like program. Everybody just got together, and some people went this way, some people went that way, but everybody was out and about and like making a scene and being noticed and all that good stuff.
I'd say that I equally enjoyed both of them. And I got to know people a little bit more after the first one. The first one, it might introduce some people to you. The Hexicans are so dang humble, and um, but the hardest thing is if somebody tells you their real name, and it's just like, I don't fucking care what your real name is. Tell me
Yeah,
your handle.
yeah, yeah. My idea was that if I ever take part in any like Hexagon meetup stuff, I'm gonna have to make like a sticker or something like a badge here, and it's gonna have my like YouTube avatar
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
YouTube
Yeah,
avatar.
yeah,
That would be
because
smart.
yeah, who's gonna fucking know me when I go anywhere? Like, who's that guy? Dun-dun, dun-dun. It's like, yeah.
So
And I'm
since
not even, and this is also another thing that really irritates me. See, over here, I'm like as tall as they get.
oh
But
shit.
fucking, yeah, but fucking huddle dog and everybody, they're like an inch or 2 inches taller than me. So I'm going to have to kill them all.
Oh goodness. I didn't realize you were so tall. I hear
Yeah, I'm
that
like
huddle
six
dogs.
feet. I'm like 6 feet and maybe 2.5 inches or something.
Oh my
I don't know.
goodness.
Do you even count half inches? Is that like
Yes,
embarrassing?
I do
That's
because I'm 6 foot, so I gotta have that little half on top.
yeah. Okay, so I'm fine with my half inch as well.
With this chair, people tell me that I look so much smaller.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
There's kind of that effect. Yeah, And like, imagine if you put the camera up like that, where it's pointing down towards you, and then you'd see like the huge chair behind you, and you're sitting in there like a freaking, would look like a cartoon.
So let's talk a little bit more about the things that we brought up for Morton. While it is that Marcus seems
Yeah,
like, I
yeah.
hope Marcus is okay, but it seems like he forgot.
Did he space out on the time? Perhaps. Let's see if he's in the hex. If he's in the foodies thing.
I went to bed really late last night, and he was up pretty early this morning, so I think he got up this morning.
Yeah, yeah. I can't see him in the chat either, so maybe he just forgot it.
Keltax, you are 6'1".
I don't know. Your head looks a lot shorter. I'm gonna say. Hey, am I gonna? Are we guessing in centimeters or inches?
Red Bull cans.
Or or
You're 10
the,
Red Bull cans.
yeah,
6 foot.
or Rogans, which is 3 1/3
Rogans.
inches. How many Rogans are you? I'm 14 Rogans tall.
Oh, I remember that.
Okay, so I'd say put Celtex's
In
picture
inches.
up there. Let's look at his face. Does it look like a face of a guy who's really tall?
He looks a little bit elongated.
He looks. I don't know. He looks grumpy in that. So that
Did
usually
you
I've
say he was
noticed that
Swiss?
short guys are grumpier than taller guys because they don't have to be grumpy. So
He claims he's one Rogan.
you can't be one Rogan. That's only 3
Only Rogan can be
a
one
third
Rogan.
inch. Yeah.
So back to Morton.
There's a Rogan. Actually, there's a Rogan height converter online. Some
No
freaking
fucking way.
awesome dude made it. Yeah, yeah. You can Google it. It's one of these Owen Benjamin dudes. That's why
Yeah,
I'm Finn
another
Bear,
bear.
because I'm a big fan of Owen Benjamin, and we're all bears who like Owen Benjamin. So okay, I'm gonna say Keltex is 5'8".
Hex on Air says you're 10 inches tall because you're a grumpy dwarf.
I don't. It's really difficult for me to guess because these feet and inches thing, it doesn't make any sense in my mind. So I'm absolutely guessing. So I'm sorry if that came off as insulting. If that's like ridiculously low or something.
I wonder how
I don't-
many Beartarias we have. How many people Owen Benjamin fans do we
Oh, I
have
got the
inside of Hex?
Beartaria Times app. You can fucking find me there, man. If you're there, I'm there, dude. I pay for it and everything. Owen is killing it. He's like, dude has a freaking. That's what I would have guessed in centimeters, man. I would have guessed exactly 185. That's a good height for a man. That's like a regular. He's like a normal, good sized fella, not like a burly, huge guy, like huddle dog.
So Owen Benjamin, I know that he gets called a spammer or a scammer just as much as Richard does.
Oh,
So it seems like he's doing well.
Yeah, yeah. He's freaking killing it. He's got all kinds of goats. Oh man, he made a great video about the goats where he had black goats and white goats. He egged them on, like, oh, did you hear? While he was milking the goats, like he was milking his black goats and he was telling them lies about the white goats. And then he let the black goats out and he let the white goats in. And it was like, did you hear what the black goats did to your children? And it was freaking hilarious.
So talking about Morton, I asked him like, hey, do you have like what sort of building materials do you have on your property? And he said that there's limestone there. And I asked him if there's any, because like he was saying that most of the buildings in the area are made of limestone as well as a
To me, that
certain
sounds-
type of brick.
Yeah, but that sounds horribly dangerous in case of a fire. Doesn't limestone turn into like
No.
no?
It doesn't catch fire. and it doesn't
No,
melt.
but I mean everything else inside the house can still catch fire. And I was just thinking that isn't limestone what they use to make? Well, this is a part of a.
My city's built on limestone. The house I grew up in has the exterior masonry as limestone.
Yeah, the
So
masonry is like.
it's a chalky rock
Yeah,
that's on its way to becoming flint
yeah,
whenever it's pressurized, I believe.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But if you burn it, doesn't it like it sort of expands when you burn it, and it
Mm-mm.
turns into like you can paint with limestone paint.
I didn't
Is
know
it,
that. I
dude?
don't.
Let's skip this and we call this like Finbear's 15 minutes of shame. Once I go after the stream, and I'm gonna go and open my Google Translator and see what the fuck I was talking about.
So I was asking Morton to look around the area and see where it is that people get the limestone to build from. Like maybe it is that Morton wants to dig into his ground and he could create a quarry in a certain area so that he could make depressions in his own piece of property where he could mine the stuff and like create an amphitheater or
Yeah, or like
um,
a pool or something.
yeah, exaggerate the
Yeah,
pond area because like right now he has this shallow cave and he thinks that that's the best place to have a pond. And it's like, well, there could be multiple places to have a pond, but we really need to understand what the subsurface is. How much
yeah,
clay do you have for the ceiling of the pond? And if you don't have clay, then you're going to need a membrane of some sort.
or a lot of ducks.
So I asked him, yeah, for poop, right?
Yeah, yeah, ducks,
So
and then like what they used to do back in the day in Central Europe, they had several ponds next to each other, and they let one pond run dry, and then they would the next spring it would grow up like hay and stuff would grow at the bottom of the pond because the mud is very fertile, and then they would uh, like they put cows into the empty pond and they would eat everything. They'd shit all over it and trample it into the cracks and to the bottom of the pond. And then the next year, once the pond starts filling up again, it's a lot more sort of impermeable to water because of the action from the hooves and all that poop going in between all the small cracks and stuff. So they, like you can use animals to make it more sort of but yeah but anyways
hey, hey
a
Morton,
membrane is easier, it's instant, so it holds water like in 15 minutes once you get the thing over the hole.
Morton showed up in the chat. You're welcome to come on, man, and continue your thoughts from the questions that we've posed you and maybe what you've learned in the meantime. Marcus seems to be a no-show. Um, we don't exactly know what happened, so hopefully everything's all right. And then
Yeah,
next week,
that's okay. Like I remember being very nervous about coming out for the first couple of times, and I think I chickened out once or twice out of some streams. So I know it's hard to get your face out there. So even if that's the case, even if you've like all of a sudden decided that you don't want to do it, that's fine. I, I get it.
Morton, I want to know if I can like sponsor one of your gardens, maybe, or like one of what could I sponsor like a project? Could I sponsor a specific area over a course of time, like maybe just a year? I
Do you know
I,
what
I
we
have that
could do
question
over
for you.
there? Oh, bloody hell. Do we couldn't do it over there because that's a Muslim country. Fucking hell. It was a great idea. Never mind. We'll grow the shrimp somewhere else, man.
The shrimp.
They don't need shrimp.
Morton and I had a conversation about maybe him focusing his whole thing around the tourism that passes through the area with kite surfing.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So
That would be so cool. Kite surfing is like something that I've always wanted to try. I've got a small kite and everything to practice. Not big enough to surf, but big enough to get seriously injured.
Here, I'll drop the link in the chat in case anybody's having a hard time finding it. Okay, so paragliding, that's just off of a high place, right? Morton, you ready? Give me a thumbs up.
Well, paragliding is like where you have that's like a fixed wing, isn't it? Like it's like the pyramid shaped thing where you have the handle and you hang underneath the wing.
So you're already up in the air, though.
Or paragliding, is it just like coming down with a parachute, which is big enough so that if you find like if you go, for instance, on top of a lake, there's usually like hot air is rising up, so you can just make circles and go higher, and then that's like a. See, I didn't know what I was talking about again. Thanks for correcting me.
What I really have interest for is the whole like parachute with a fan, and then you're like you're rising, and then you can actually travel. I see a guy going to like go get milk at the store in some rural area, and then right after I had huge enthusiasm towards this, because it's about $8,000 or something like that to get one of these setups. I go down and meet a guy at his community garden that's over in a park area in the town next to me, and two guys come down into the fields. And I wish that I ran into those guys again. I'd like to ask them, like, do you guys teach this? Are y'all a part of an association? Are y'all just friends? Like, I want to know everything about it. I would love to fly from town to town. That'd be so fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but like give it a couple of years, say like 5 years, 7 years, everybody gets a chopper. We can just buzz around. Like,
but then you would have to go by some sort of aerial code, right? You'd have to communicate your aircraft.
Yeah, you would.
Instead, I want to be free of that, have more control, and keep it tight. But yeah, it is kind of a scary thing. Like now that okay, I'm going to speak for myself. Now that you're rich, like, do you really want to put your life in danger?
yeah. But isn't that what the guy who the Virgin Atlantic guy, isn't that like he's a billionaire and now he's ballooning all over the world and flying up to space? So I would imagine that there's like a limit. Once you get above a certain limit of money, you're gonna start to go up in space and do all kinds of stupid stuff. We're gonna dive to the deepest part of the trench at the bottom of the sea. That sounds awfully safe. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Kelthex, give me the thumbs up when you're ready. Just give me a thumbs up and I'll add you to the stream.
Oh, is he in there, man?
Yeah. Too bad you guys can't see who else is backstage.
No.
Too bad.
And there are a bunch of people in the green room?
Just one more, and then Zamboni is audio only. So Keltex is over Switzerland, France border.
Oh, okay.
Is he on the stream? I can't hear him.
He hasn't given me the thumbs up yet. I don't think he understands what I mean. Are you ready? I'm just gonna add him.
There he is. Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
And border. Yeah, and yeah, but paragliding is nice, but the more you fly, the more you take risks, and it's not like having an habit and just taking the bike and then it's okay. No, you must come down, you must land, and you must survive.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and sometimes you just bounce, and then you go up in the air 1 meter because you mismanage the distance to the ground, and so it's a bit harsh for your ass, but
Oh yeah.
it's okay if you're prepared.
So you do this regularly?
No, I don't. I stopped 5 years ago or
Okay.
7 years ago when my
Did you have an accident?
when my daughter was born.
Yeah.
I just
I
had
get
to
you, man.
sell my equipment because it
Yeah.
was just like $5,000 total.
$5,000, and then you have a parachute and then like a
It's not
seat
a
with
parachute.
like a
It's a wing.
it's a
It's a wing.
wing. Okay, it's a wing and then like a chopper on the back and then a seat. Yeah.
Oh, so you have the seat, you have the wing on the on top, and you have in the seat you have an emergency parachute that will slow your fall to
Crash.
5 meters by second.
Okay,
So
that's
it's not a,
survivable.
yes, it's survivable, but you must not arrive to that situation. It's
Yeah.
it's not suitable to to just throw the security out, because
Yeah.
if you're not prepared and your wing is still flying or similarly flying, and you have on the other side your security that is not inflated enough to resist your fall, you're gonna have a mirror effect of the two, and
Yeah.
you will
This is
just
gonna it's
go
gonna
down.
yeah.
Yeah, you will just go down. It won't work. So I have several friends that had accidents. Some have lost the use of their PP.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no,
I'm
just for,
never I'm
just
never
for
yeah.
just
spinal
for
injury.
just for peeing, but
Oh,
Yeah, that's what they
and
say. It's
they
just for
broke
peeing, but I
they
still can
don't.
fuck like nobody's business, but I can't take a piss anymore. Nobody
yeah.
believes that, man. That's
It's
horrible.
not the problem.
I'm
You
never
can
doing it.
it's you can't stop it.
Yeah.
You
Or
can't stop.
if I get one of those, I'm gonna have to get a pistol just in case like I crash and I'm like, okay,
Shoot
I can feel
yourself.
my legs. I can
No,
okay, I can move my then
no,
I'm
it
gonna grab my
doesn't work like
pee
that.
pee and oh fuck it.
The reason why I
Only-
minimized everybody and showed the map again is because I forgot about over there in New Zealand, Hexagon
yeah.
Chief. He also has a green square over there because it's somewhat of an intentional community. So we've got Morton's here at Zanzibar. We've got New Zealand, Texas with Morningstar. He's planning that out. I think he'll also do something in Puerto Rico. That's his plan. But the reason why I put a green one over here is because I might be involved with this one over here. And then again, empty plane up there. So I wanted to ask Morton, like, what's going through your mind? Like, what have you devoured
Dude.
information wise since last time? Any developments, any call to actions? Have you thought about the proposal that I had with you making a commercial and then we could just play that? I don't know if you saw that message from me,
I
but
don't think I did.
my idea was that we could have commercial breaks on this show, and since you're such a great videographer, just a 30-second commercial of your project, I could play that once a stream.
Oh, dude, that would be amazing. Yeah, let me do it. Yeah. Appreciate that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how was your week? Have you
My
had
week
any
was super
good ideas?
stressful. I'm even just like, I was like, should I go on this stream? Because my energy is just so low. And I don't know if I have anything to contribute, but I just feel like I have a 500 balls that I'm juggling and trying to, just I have to have enough to money to pay my bills. So I just have to like work a lot and
Yeah.
run
So
around.
you're in Norway now.
I don't have like thinking space because I'm constantly busy chasing the fucking moolah. So
Yeah.
that's how I feel. Yeah.
Man, the rat race, right?
Yeah. I thought I was out of it, and now I'm running around again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
Mexicans
I
who have
was
gone
in
back
the
to work.
rat race for a day yesterday. Rage quit this morning. Got on the train and took off. I'm like, dude, I'm never doing this. You should have told me. You should have told me how you pay your salespeople. Like, I'm not doing this for a day. I was like, we were in the hotel, like having a breakfast, and I was like, there's the dude who was supposed to be like my foreman or whatever you would call it in sales, sort of situation. But I'm like, yeah, dude, this is not happening. We were supposed to be there until Thursday evening and come back. And I was like, no, I'm going home right now. This shit doesn't fly at all. I wouldn't have even come if I would have known how badly they treat their salespeople.
Someone in particular, or?
No, all of them. But I was like, no, I'm not that like I don't need that money that bad, so that's fine. I'll just not buy my
Yeah.
car or whatever I was thinking of spending the money on.
Yeah.
But I've got hooks in the water. There's still plenty of good opportunities over here, and they should be materializing pretty soon. So you never know which one comes first: Pulse Chain launch or me finding a job.
That's the big question we all want.
We're gonna have to take bets on this. Hopefully, Pulse Chain, because I'm not too much into work. Like, if I can skip it, I'd much rather skip it and do something I want to do the entire day.
Sure.
So I'm spending a lot of time
It
trying
won't
to plan.
be game on. It won't be flying with your floaty things and injuring my PP.
That'd be nice. I've
That's
been
not
spending
fair.
a lot of
That's not
time
fair.
planning out this party here in my hometown, and so it's going to happen in a month, October 15th, noon on into the evening. If you can make it, please do. But as I'm taking on more activities, I'm also being asked to do activities for my local environment. So I just met with a guy that I've done architecture design for before. He gave me another job yesterday. So quite possibly I'm going to travel out to his place, which is like 2 hours away from here. He's got a tank at the bottom of the property. It's kind of a dammed up area that's he says that whenever the tank is full, we just went through a drought, but whenever the tank is full, I'm just calling it a tank, it is about 15 acres worth of property that the water covers, and right now it's only about 3. So maybe some areas are shallow, but he wants to create a house that faces the south winds and kind of cups them, and then have it to where like one wing is his mother and stepfathers, and the other wing is his 3 kids and him and his wife, and then in the middle area there'll be like little breezeways where they can alter the like open and close the doors that are kind of like inside outside, and there's this interior place is for living quarters and living room and kitchen stuff. And then so like the mother and the stepfather will have a little kitchenette so that they don't have to travel all the way down to the kitchen.
Yeah.
But this is going to be an interesting hacienda or whatever it is that this guy wants to create. And
Yeah, and it's awesome if it's like multi-generational living. Like imagine having your kids grow up in the same yard where their grandparents live. That's something that nobody almost experiences anymore. But if you go back, like over here, if you go back 100 years in time, that was like the norm. You had your grandparents and even your great grandparents live with you. So there was always somebody who was like from your family who was like you always had somebody who was looking after you, and everybody sort of lived together, even though the old ones were grumpy and really like mean and whatever. But that's just their coping mechanism for like their body giving up.
so he
But still,
says that
their family.
in that area, and then also south of it, a lot of Germans, settled down, and typically they would have one building next to each other, and then they would call this space in between a dog run, and they would make it to where it was situated where the wind could blow through that area, so you had like a cover outdoor porch area. So he's going off of that same idea, but having it to where there's two wings. And he brought up this image whenever he's showing me it on the computer. He brought up this image that was like created by one of the original founders of Texas. So like, the original settlers. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. He wants it to be huge eaves and just basically a continuous metal roof. He wants to use limestone from the area.
Sounds super interesting.
And so
And big
that's how they
eaves
would
is
do it
really good for
intergenerational also.
like the big eaves probably help with the heat as well. You don't get like the scorching sun during the hottest time of the year. You'd
He
be
says that he's
nicely
about
in the shade.
60 feet higher than his neighbors, so it graduates quickly on his property. And so he'll have his in-law and his mom will be able to face this way, which goes out towards a hill. Fuck me.
Oh man, damn!
Oh shit.
Right on the
All
keyboard,
right,
man.
so you guys talk.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Just a post from Rags to Cheese
Uh-huh.
about a new way to basically mend your car in California.
Yeah.
So, I can paste it in the chat. Thank you.
What's it called? A self-perpetuating machine or something?
Yeah, something like that. Close to that.
Oh, you sent the link, did you?
I'm
Yeah.
a big fan.
Let's see if I can share this. I think
What is it?
it's something
Links
funny.
what? Oh,
No, it's not working for me.
hey Morton,
let me
do you
see
want to
if
be
I
a
can
treasurer of some year?
Say again?
You want to be a treasurer of some year for Hex Foodies? So I created some HSI stakes. If you pick which year you would like to be responsible for bringing, or all right. So I created a bunch of HSIs to come do spring and fall of each year, going out 15 years. So select a certain year and then provide me the wallet address, and I'll send you the HSI stake for both spring and fall of that year. And then that will go towards whatever group project it is that the group decides on. And so right now they're just $100 each. But in the future, what could they be? And
Yeah.
then what if it is that we actually agree upon like selling it off even before that? Because HSIs are these hex instant stakes that can be traded like NFTs.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, I want to be a part of that, and I could choose a year and
Yeah.
time. Yeah, what a great idea.
Why?
Hey,
Thank you.
did you see the? I shared a link to the permaculture design course I had on my
Very important.
yeah. It was I think it's like a good 30 hours of video for you to watch.
Okay.
So it's in the Hex Foodies chat.
It's at least $2,000 worth of education.
Jeez.
You don't have to pay for it. I put it up there already. But go and watch it. I don't think I want to keep it up there for like forever because people make money on that stuff. And that's their living. So me sharing it out for free really like might piss some people off. So go and have a quick look. Well, I say quick look. It's gonna take you a week to go through all of it. But that's so much information. It's gonna rock your world once you go through it. You're gonna see opportunities you didn't even know you had once you go through that stuff.
Very interesting.
Yes.
As soon as I pay my rent, I'll watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. Quickly pay your rent and then go and watch it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes. Do you think we should wrap it up and maybe have the chat about the HSIs and stuff that we were supposed to?
Only because you have kids to put to bed.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
have-
I would have gone on for a bit longer, to be honest. Like, and it's always more fun when there's like 3 or 4 of us on stream like this because there's like somebody to keep the conversation going.
Right.
Alrighty then. Let's see. Keltax, you never have signed us off. You do it.
Sorry.
You have to say something that is motivating and really upbeat for
And
all the
impressive.
viewers. Yeah.
Okay. So for ending the stream. So
Yeah.
outro. Outro.
That's like mom.
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ những video hấp dẫn.